Majesty.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto. Any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Ooh, this is something we can go after here shortly. Looks like fun. Alright, so we got a giant, huh? What else we got? The 9 of Knives, huh? I think maybe one episode, if not this one, we could just go through the hunting board and just hunt all these little buggers. Start with this one, just work our way through. I guess we would have to start at this one, huh? Alright, so we got Broken Hill, Rosaria, Hawk's Cry Cliff in Rosaria, the Valkyrie Desert. Let's see, Demelica. And we don't even know where this one is, huh? The Rosarian Ruins. Alright, so we gotta find that, but I'm guessing somewhere in Rosaria. I look forward to that one. It's an S. That kind of sounds like fun. Alright, so maybe we'll go to the Broken Hill and check that one out.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? Best of luck out there, Sid.
How are you doing? Anything catch your eye? Think you can help?
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw. Especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders, then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though. Is it business or pleasure? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. finished, are you?
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
The blacksmith always looks so angry and constipated. He's just a grumpy old man.
What do you need? What do you want? No scratches, all right?
Hey, we're finally getting into stuff that's like +2 and plus... That's good. That is one thing I kind of miss on a lot of games, is being able to like find like those really good pieces of gear. Especially the hidden ones that are just like amazing. Instead of just doing where you're just constantly just going to the blacksmith and making some stuff, it's a little disappointing. But now we need some diamond armlets, huh? And some whiteworm bone. We got everything else for number 2, but just not enough for the first one. We lose 20 hit points on that one, but then we go up to a bunch of stuff on that one. Even +2, we're not even getting close to... We get 1 extra hit point and lose 2 defense. That's kind of sad. You got 0 upgrades in any of this. That's kind of disappointing. Ooh, enhancer +2. I guess we'll do that. Oh, a diamond sword. Look at that. We need some more whiteworm bones, huh? And a diamond sword. Now I'm kind of excited to see a diamond sword. I like the way they've actually been designing these weapons. They actually look pretty sexy. Alright, so we gotta find the diamond sword and then the bone. So we need 2 of those bones. Can we make the diamond sword? Okay, so we can make... Yes, we need the worm bone. Alright, so we gotta find the worm bone, and then we can make that, and then we can make number 2. Oops. Same thing with... Let's see, the diamond was right here, right? Yes, we need 2 of the bones to actually get better gear.
Clive, have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Oh, I'm never drinking.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo... is dead.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tong down at that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo. Mid hasn't been
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. If I don't come up with something soon.
All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise.
Oh, there it is. The Enterprise.
Me and my dad designed
Every Final Fantasy.
Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood. And more Than all heat. the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then? Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Krieger's Tate. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy, though. And I'll need help. Get Gavin Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with. You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
Gav, you're with me.
All right, then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? That's down past Alamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of this stuff from Blackthorn's supplier. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting them fleece ya.
Fleece me? I'd like to see him try.
In your own time.
Alright, let's take one more look at all the hunting we're gonna see about doing, and then we'll get to more of these wonderful fetch quests that we all love and adore so much, right?
I trust you wrapped up warm.
Alright, there was one in Hawk's Cry, right? I believe. We do have a quest there. Might as well finish that up, and we'll double check the Hawk's Cry. I think I saw one over here that said Hawk's Cry. Let's see. Yeah, Hawk's Cry Cliff. So we got the Muddy Murderer, we can go do that, and then we can do the Broken Hilt. Alright, so we'll go do that. We'll go hunt down this Muddy Murderer. And while we do that, we will get this one quest done. Alright, then the Broken Hilt is over here, so we'll travel to East Pool after we figure out whatever it is around this vicinity here. Luckily the area is small, so we might not need to do a whole lot of searching. But we'll find out. Gotta get used to combat again, so it's good to be doing some of these smaller things.
For those herbs.
Just got done finished beating God of War Ragnarok, which I really wasn't a fan of the game. I'm kind of glad it's over. Got annoyed by it. But we're done with it, and now we'll finish this one up.
Get surrounded.
Almost forgot how to use these abilities there for a second, and which is which. Definitely going to take a minute or two to remember how to play this game. Every time you go to mix up playing different games, it's always the same thing, especially when the controls are vastly different.
This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while. Hopefully this will put Rodriguez's mind at ease. Good girl.
Most of these little things are just not worth fighting, and it's just not worth the time to bother with. Hey, look, we found it! The Flan Prince!
You take us unawares, did you?
I gotta remember how to dodge with this one. Ah. Alright, we are remembering how to do this again. It's taking a minute, but we're getting there. Good lord, this Flan Prince is not a bad little fight. Definitely not a fight that I should have been doing before I remember how to actually battle again in this game. But hey, we got through it. It was not the prettiest, it was a little ugly, but we got there. Ooh, gelatinous mass, huh? Wonder what that's gonna make for us. Yeah, we need to warm up a little bit more before we go up against the S rank, dude. Yeek. I mean, this is the A. We did all right, but I just had to remember how to dodge. It's such a different button in God of War and everything else. It's just a little off, but we got there. Off to the next one. Hey, how's it going? Welcome. I guess we could have went to the town first and bought some more stuff, but fuck it.
Currently on my own stream, but saw you were live, so gonna lurk for the watch time. Slightly smiling face.
I appreciate it. What are you streaming at the moment?
There's a good boy.
Damn it, that was pathetic. I completely screwed up and oopsied on that one, didn't we? Good God. I feel kind of pathetic on that one. That was really bad. I made a couple of really stupid errors in the fight, though. That was my bad. But I really hate fighting these. They have some stuff that no matter what you do, you wind up getting stuck in it a lot. But, I mean, it's still telegraphed, but yeah, you still kind of make some stupid mistakes.
Nice try. I needed that. Too slow.
Alright, that was so much better. Not beautiful. Still screwed up a little, but we still got there. So, a little happier on that one.
Hope there aren't any more of them.
Alright, so we'll finish up the main stuff real quick, and then when we go back to town, we'll look at the other hunts.
My carpets.
The most fragrant herbs and spices from...
Gone, just like that. And without so much as a by your leave.
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. He up and vanished while my back was turned. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run. A bakery that's now short one pair of hands. Loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers, I'm at a loss. Please, will you see if you can find him?
I'll see what I can do. Do you know where he might have gone?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang. He used to work there, you see. Poor fool left his heart in its hollow.
All right. Then that's where I'll start.
It would make us
the finest fabrics, fresh from the capital.
Let's go. Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
Limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly. So, do you crush it up, or just... throw it in the furnace?
Come on.
And this is why sometimes it pays to only play one action-adventure game at a time, because you really kind of keep getting yourself in trouble by forgetting how different controls work on different games. And then you look like a fool.
My carpets have
Take a sniff,
their
sir.
shapes.
Oh, where did all the men of rock go?
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Anything I can interest you in? My thanks. An excellent choice. Here you are. Go with Gilbert.
This game really does like its groups of three, doesn't it? Like every collect quest that we've done is go get 3 of them, and they're all right in the same little...
No, I'm telling you, it's gone.
Just look at the details.
Plates and pots!
The juiciest meat from Greens.
Master Lubor says Drake's fang has fallen.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for. That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit, if you will.
That looks crude as hell. Looks like a flint dagger or something.
That sounds like you. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable, but only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
I swear, these little basic silly filler quests are all worthless, really. They're so long and drawn out for absolutely almost no real payoff or rewards. Kind of sad.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav? Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
Fetch!
I've always hated stuff like this that just makes the game, you know, they can say that it's like, oh, 80 hours when 20 of it is doing this kind of shit is kind of, I don't know, worthless, really? No need to sit there and have to pick up 5 of these things. You should just pick up 1 or have it a quick cutscene and be done with the quest altogether. But to sit there and spend all this time wandering around to pick up random shit is... just a way of padding stuff.
Enough.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat? Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
Oh, we might as well finish up the one quest that was over here. And then we will go back. Because I know there's 2 or 3 hunts here, but I don't remember which area they're in. And most of this area is still unexplored yet. So we're going to have to go check out all this stuff. The Sickle Fields, Titan's Wave, the Gilded Pass. Good lord. There's a whole bunch of places to go over here. Maybe we'll go do this quest and we'll go kind of do a little exploring real fast before we head back.
The finest fabric.
It would make a fine.
Oh, where's all men?
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
No, I'm telling you, it's gone.
Here's the one guy they were looking for. Should be interesting.
My blade yet hungers, and so do I. Come, let us feast on your flesh.
Your feasting days are over.
Nice try.
I'll snap you like a swing.
That was cheesy. I dodged that bullshit. Come on. And the whole stupid green ring is a little annoying. What the? Oh, come on, this fucking cheesy bullshit. God, it's so fucking annoying. His attacks stun you and move you out of the way, even when you're in the middle of doing a big attack, and then yet everything he does is like, oh, I could just go through your shit and attack you. No problem. I just like when they do that a lot in this game.
It's us or them.
Of course, you fucking hit me. All that, and he's still just standing there. Not a problem. I'm just gonna attack you. And nothing like changing direction in midair. Damn it, I keep doing that. I keep forgetting to hold the button down. Fuck you, you cheesy motherfucker, seriously. Bye. Alright, good God. That was cheesy, but we got there.
Those who kill the sport deserve better.
I really dislike that whole, can attack through all your stuff, but you can't attack through theirs and you get stunned bullshit. But, oh well. That's what makes the fight hard, right? If not, then all the enemies would be easy. It was a pretty decent fight. That stunning spit that he can do while you're mid-attacking him is was a little much of a pain in the ass. Nothing here. Alright, so we are... Well, actually, there's a... No, that's just a shiny. I thought I saw a pillar, but... Oh, yeah, I did. It's right over there. Alright. How did I keep missing? Good lord. Okay, we'll activate this bad boy here. And then we'll go back to the quest we were working on. That S rank is going to be a hell of a fight, though, that's for sure. I kind of want to go hunting for him.
Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me to find you.
I am a sorry, selfish sod, aren't I? Certainly not a baker. Master must have ruled the day he took me in. Time was the sight of the fang used to calm my nerves. But now look at her.
I take it you missed the Mother Crystal.
I hated her, but she was all I knew. Worked her mines for years. And when she shattered, part of me shattered with her. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin, but I'm no good at baking. Every loaf I touch collapses. My bread's as hollow as I am. She was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me. Oh, I loved her, damn it. But now she's gone. She's never coming back. What am I supposed to do? I ask her. How does a shell of a man learn to live again?
Perhaps you could express yourself in your work. If you miss the Fang, maybe you could recapture it somehow.
Recapture it? I'm a baker, not a... You know, you might just be right. What a fool I've been! I have to get back to the bakery right away. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. You've opened my eyes.
Wait. Suppose he won't be needing an escort then.
The one thing I am very grateful with on this, though, is that ability to fast travel at any point. Unlike God of War, where you were pretty much having to travel halfway across the map sometimes, even when you're all done with everything. Which was really annoying.
Ah, there you are. The man who lit a fire under my wayward apprentice. Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high. He damn near ran me down trying to get to my oven.
Master, it's ready. Behold the Drake's Balm. A truly unique creation.
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. A perfect likeness of the Fang herself. Her steepled peaks, her fulsome spurs, her inviting hollow. True, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the Fang without her crater? Why, no Fang at all. And look, inside. She's filled to bursting with a bounty of beautiful crystals. Salt crystals! Master, I have found my purpose. I must use my work here to preserve the memory of the Fang.
Well, if it tastes half as unique as it looks, I'd certainly say you're onto something. Not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight. With any luck, I might even have a new delicacy on my hands. I don't know how you did it, but you have my thanks.
Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs.
How are you doing? Anything catch your eye? Think you can help?
How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised? You earned this. All done?
Now, where is the ruins at? Are they going to show the ruins over here somewhere? Whispering Warrens. See, that we've already done. That's just a shop, so it's definitely not over there. It's got to be somewhere kind of out of the way a bit. I guess it's not showing up on our map. Maybe it's over here. Yeah, why we have an aqueduct on here, but we don't have any of the ruins marked on our map anywhere. I don't know. Because I definitely want to go look for that dude, because I think that's going to be one fun hell of a fight. But yeah, I don't see the ruins anywhere, so it's been so long since we've done it that I have no clue where it could even be. Let's read that thing again, see if there's any clues that I missed. As much as I love the Muggle, I can do without that constantly having to do that. Alright, let's see. Missourian ruins we have been investigating. Our work in the region is halted in the village gate. Thus the echo should be awakened by our presence. Alright, so the village gates by the ruins. Okay, so maybe that'll help out. I think there's only like 2 villages. See, there's Martha's Rest, but then there's that village that we were at. Huh. Right over here. I think it was somewhere over here, actually. I don't know. We'll go search for it later. Right now, let's finish our quest and go from there. See what fetch we need to do next.
Blackthorn.
Got
everything you need. Yeah, I'll do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go on maneuvers together more often. Your beats sneaking around on your toad all the time.
I'll make a start putting this thermal plane together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank
you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mick know instructions anyway.
Suppose we better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
started reading books I don't have anything to say. I don't call this one soon.
You'll be
pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. One down, two to go.
So,
what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins. I thought that material was almost impossible to work.
But we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need.
How convenient.
What's the name back there? We'll give you all details.
What's
the name? Right.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
Sweet hands then. Here you see the mithril engine in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
All that wondering, and it looks like we're just going to be going straight there anyways. Were we looking in the wrong place, or is this just something else?
Good day to you. Sid. Robert's friend.
Any friend of the keeper is a friend of mine. I trust it's all here. I hope it's to your liking. Ah, yes. Clive, your timing is exquisite as always. I have a concern which you may be able to assist me with. Go on. There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sighted outside the village. Rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being watched.
It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, understandable in the current climate, or it may be the prelude to something altogether more dangerous. Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I wondered if you might investigate.
Of course.
Of course. Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to their tales, and make what you will of them.
All right.
All right.
I will.
I will. Let's see what the people in the village have to say.
I better
find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
Your dad say the floods are close.
Alright, that can get annoying real quick. Alright, since it's on the way, we'll talk to you.
Do you have
a moment?
Let's
talk of suspicious figures in the woods.
Have you seen
anything out of the ordinary?
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Where was
this?
In Lorbert's Pass. Was out foraging for earth, I heard it screeching out from between the trees. Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry me, and I ain't been back since.
I see. I'll look into
it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh good, we only had to talk to one person and we're going right that direction. That works out.
Seems Lorbert's Pass is our best bet then. What do you say, Toggle? Shall we go and investigate?
You there.
Fuck. He's seen us.
Black shields.
Here.
What is it to you? Could we give a damn? All the deals to us is don't tell me here.
Figure I'll work on remembering the block with the earth stuff. There we go. Wow, that's not too bad. Kind of forgot about it, and I was thinking about that right after that last A-ranked enemy battle that I might have been able to do that. I'm so used to enjoying my fire.
I need to go Brighton.
My fire teleportation. Look at all the shinies on the way. Level 13 is not even worth fighting. Good God.
There you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course.
Of course.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I don't know about right back. I mean, we'll see how this goes.
Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Okay, yeah, this is definitely not the one we were going to go after. I was teleporting. How do you hit me when I'm in mid-teleportation?
things I do for you, Mid. Sid! Thank goodness you're safe. You shouldn't have any trouble now. Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway. All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Cool. I think I saw a chest. I did see a chest. Oh, meteorite, yay. Shit we could buy 1 million of at the moment. Anything else over here while we're here? Probably not. Alright, let's teleport back to town real quick and turn in that one quest. And then we will teleport, talk to Mid, and then we'll probably call it an episode here, and then we'll pick it up again later.
Good day to you.
Clive, how goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some black shields hiding near Orban's Pass. They're gone now.
Black shields. The Empress's former bloodhounds, though they serve another master now. One who means to root out and destroy both me and those I care for. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the scent of its prey. Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. More time to prepare. But if we are cornered, we have no choice but to bite back. And bite back we shall.
I'm sorry. You're going to need to explain. Who did the Black Shield serve now? And why would that person want you dead?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sandbrook. All that I have built here is for him.
I don't understand. Why him? Why Lostwing?
I suppose it is better that you know the truth. I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world. I swore to fight it. And fight it I did, in my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support for me was no more than a facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family slaughtered, and he faced no punishment whatsoever. I lost everything. My loved ones, my livelihood, my position, the faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts. So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him, and slit their throats myself. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With money and power come protection. And so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
And everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts. Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same. We are comrades. And our revenge is already in motion. We know where he hides, how numerous and well-trained his guard. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may already be in motion too.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move against him first.
Dun dun dun!
It begins. Make ready for war.
I'm not going to change his mind.
What can I interest you in today? That pack of yours is full to bursting. You're always welcome here in Lostwing.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble finding the ammonia.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it. And more than I was expecting. I dare say the patient won't feel a thing. That is, unless I...
You'll do fine. Tyre trusts you. Which means I trust you. The hideaway would be lost without skilled physicers like yourself.
Thank you for the kind words. Truly. But... I'm sorry. I'm still terrified. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the surface of the skin. One ill-conceived incision, a single slip, and the poison fouls the patient's blood. Failure means death, and even success means tremendous pain. Days of agony as the wound heals. I became a physiker to help people, not to kill them. I don't want to kill anyone.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. And the operation is only the beginning. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb, knowing their efforts will win them neither glory nor acclaim. And yet we never won for volunteers. Why do you think that is?
Conviction? They're willing to die?
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people like us can be more than mere possessions. I know your work isn't easy. But neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on. Stay strong for them.
You sound like Tyre. Do you know what she once told me? It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. And it's a physiker's duty to see that they don't. Thank you for helping me remember that. I won't falter. Not again.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
Alright, I guess we can do this first before we end this video. I want to thank everyone for watching. Hopefully it wasn't too unbearable. And at least somewhat enjoyable.
Thanks to Sid, the man.
Harpocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will... And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of... pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Harpocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
Well, we're obviously going to take Jill with us, right? Like...
Shielding guards against even the most ferocious flames.
We get a
Get a dump.
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
Very
well.
So
then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia.
Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks for joining me. I think that's going to do it for today. So until next time, you guys have a great day, and we'll see you later.